Imagine being a manager for over 30 years, and for 30 years in management, winning 0 trophies, managed over 8 teams, some of them being very successful teams, and being completely useless as a manager for 30 years, not a single trophy. And after that long of waiting for a trophy, you finally break your streak and you win your first trophy, which is not just only a trophy but a huge trophy, because it was a European trophy, a trophy with prestige. And you win that trophy because your star man on the big occasion, on the big night, turned up, scored a hat-trick, and single-handedly gave one of the greatest individual performances in a cup final to bring you your first ever trophy as a manager. 1 year later, that same star man misses a penalty, which is completely normal because players miss penalties because players are human beings. You not only decide to call him out, you basically pulled his pants down in front of the world. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what Gian Piero Gasperini did last week to Ademola Lookman. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, guys, this is a new video I'm gonna be making every single week, guys. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. But yeah, guys, I wanted to talk about this because this is something that has been in my mind, ladies and gentlemen. Gianpiero Gasperini, the Atalanta manager, the manager who won the Europa League against the great Bayer Leverkusen team that basically went unbeaten in all competitions and were on their road to a treble winning season, lost in the final against Gian Piero Gasperini's Atalanta, thanks to a masterclass of a performance by Ademola Lookman, who throughout that entire competition was arguably one of the best players in Europe. Definitely the best player in Atalanta. And this man gave this veteran of a manager his first trophy. Got to play in the European Super Cup against Real Madrid. Got to be in the Champions League playing with the big boys. And then, after 1 year later, in the Champions League playoff round of 32, you play in a game against Club Brugge where you are expected to win. Didn't work out the way you did. So Ademola Lookman, during the game, Atalanta get a penalty. He decides to step up, and unfortunately, Lookman missed the penalty. Now you're thinking, this is one of your star players. He clearly was confident in himself enough to say, you know what? Give me the ball. I'll take the ball. I will score this. I'll try to give us hope. He misses. It's part of football. Messi misses penalties. Ronaldo misses penalties. Some of the best players in the world. There's not a player in the world that I know who's considered the best in the world where they do, who has never missed a penalty a day in their life. Doesn't happen. And usually when this happens, managers, and this is not just him, but every manager in the world usually backs their player. They defend their player. They praise their player for being strong enough to actually take that responsibility, that weight of the team on their back. Ademola Lookman had already done this before. He did it in the cup final in the big game. So he wanted to do it again because he is a man who wants the club to do well. And you would think that after a poor performance like this, Gasperini would come out and, like a good manager, actually say, you know what, disappointed. But praises to Lookman, he took the opportunity, just didn't work out. Nah, that's not what this guy did. I'm going to quote exactly what he said. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what Gasperini said during his press conference. Ademola Lookman was not supposed to take that penalty. He's one of the worst penalty takers I've ever seen. He has frankly a terrible record even in training. He covers very few of them. Retegui and De Ketelaere were there. But Lookman, in that moment of enthusiasm, after scoring, decided to take the ball, and that was a gesture I did not appreciate at all. That was an ugly incident and we must never lose our heads. Atalanta must leave the Champions League with dignity, having played great games against the likes of Real Madrid, Arsenal, and Barcelona. You know what I think? And this is my honest opinion, guys. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens when a man who has been starved of success finally gets success, and the success gets into their heads. Because do you see what this man just said at the end of that video? At the end of that statement? But Atalanta should leave the Europa League with dignity after playing the likes of Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Arsenal. What are you trying to say? So what, because you won the Europa League, all of a sudden now you get to talk to the big boys? Newsflash. Frankfurt have won the Europa League. Zenit St. Petersburg have won the Europa League. Shakhtar Donetsk have won the Europa League. Sevilla are the most Europa League winners. Villarreal have won the Europa League. These are not elites in Europe. Are you telling me that you, because you've gone your entire miserable career never actually having success, all of a sudden when you get success now, you now think that you can talk to the big boys? The fact that Atalanta even had a shot of being in this tie against Brugge was because of him, because he scored the only goal in this game. The other players that were on the pitch were all terrible in that game. But no. You decide to go for the one guy who actually was doing something good in the game, and because he decided that he wanted to step up in the big moment, you'd hold that against him? You embarrass him. I would completely understand you calling him out during the locker room where there is no cameras. You put him aside and you tell him everything that you just said in the media. But no. You decided that you were going to call this man out on live TV for the rest of the world to see. And now, because of that, you're now the villain. You thought that by doing that you were going to get people on your side, but it's gone the opposite way. Because Atalanta fans are backing Lookman. They're looking at what you did and they're calling you out. Because they're wondering, why is it that the manager who's supposed to back his players is actually throwing his players under the bus? Not just any player, but your best player, the player that's actually been turning up for you more than anyone else. It's a disgrace. And apparently now, from what we're hearing, Lookman is looking away, is trying to find his way out. I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to play for you. You think if I'm a footballer, I want to play for a manager like that? Imagine me imagine Lookman walking into training seeing Gasperini. After you just embarrassed me on live TV. I'm already distraught because I've just missed a penalty that could have potentially brought us back into the game. And not only am I distraught, now I have to listen to my manager on live TV basically expose me, basically throw me under the bus. It's disgusting, this behavior. A disgraceful behavior. And now, apparently, I'm hearing that he has decided to not renew his contract. Well, you know what? Get out! Get out! Because you haven't achieved anything in your career and would have never achieved anything in your career if it wasn't for Lookman. You only have something in your resume. If you retire tomorrow with one trophy, don't forget who brought you that trophy. It's a disgrace. And you deserve all the hate that you're getting. And I don't care, because at the end of the day, I don't mind managers criticizing players. But my goodness, the manager many people always call out is Mourinho. I can promise you one thing, guys. If Jose Mourinho was managing Lookman and Lookman scored a hat-trick in a Champions League or Europa League final, I promise you that if Lookman missed a penalty, everyone in the world would blame Lookman except Mourinho. Even Mourinho is not that soulless to actually throw a player like that under the bus. But you know what you are? You're actually a manager I actually rated very highly. But you honestly, guys, I'm gonna be very honest. This guy is a disgrace. And honestly, what do you think? You think because now you're gonna leave? I don't know. Maybe if you leave this club, maybe if you leave Atalanta, maybe another Italian club might get you. Who knows? Maybe Juventus might hire you. Who knows? Who knows? Who cares? But all I know is you're a disgrace, Gian Piero Gasperini. You are a disgrace. You are ungrateful, and you need to pay for what you did. You are absolutely disgusting for what you did, right? You can call out your players, but calling them out on live TV like you did was an absolute disgrace, especially for a player like Lookman, who was actually the only guy on that pitch that looked like he was gonna bring anything to that game. You should be ashamed of yourself, Gianpiero Gasperini. No wonder you've gone so long in your career without winning trophies. It's no wonder you've been at 8 clubs. I think you've managed Inter Milan at some point in your career and won nothing with them. And everyone wins with, and most managers win with Inter. You've been in Palermo, Girona, and Crotone and won nothing with them. But this is who you are. And at the end of the day, you should be, you keep your head, put your head back down. You deserve all of this. And as far as Lookman is concerned, I don't blame him for wanting to leave the club. At the end of the day, I wouldn't want to play under you if I was your player. After you just do that to me, it's an absolute disgrace. And listen, Lookman right now is one of the best forwards in Europe. If he decides to leave Atalanta, do not get it twisted. This man has his crop of clubs that are out there that would love to have Lookman in their team. So, as far as you are concerned, Gasperini, you are not going to be as suited as Lookman is. Lookman is still young. He still has a lot of suitors. We talk about Inter Milan and Juventus are looking at him right now. So, what about you, Gasperini? Who's going to hire you after what you just did? Which locker room is going to want to have you, knowing that you could easily throw them under the bus just like that? It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace, and you should be ashamed of yourself. But big up to everyone who's watching. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you guys think of the whole Gasperini situation. Do you guys think he went too far? Do you guys think that he was justified for doing what he did? Let me know, guys. But big up to every single one of you. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and peace, you guys. Take care.